Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen.
My 10-year-old son constantly swears, and it's getting worse, swearing more, especially during transitions and high-stress moments. He says they're just words and mean nothing, and that I swear, it's okay. That I swear, so it's okay. So hard for me to ignore, but when others may hear him, they think it's a lack of parenting. He's very high functioning and does not yet know about his diagnosis.
Yeah, so if he's very high functioning, once again, this is an opportunity to teach discrimination. A lot of people swear in private or even in the company of very, very close friends, but not in public. And he is 10 years old, so he has a different set of rules, I guess, than you do. So I have a number of different suggestions. One is you need to stop swearing in front of him. So for the time being, I know that's hard. Shannon's like, oh my gosh, but just for the time being. And the second thing is there's a number of things you have to do. You can, first of all, if he's very high functioning, I think it would be important for him to see or realize, and it's up to you how you make him see this, that others disapprove of this. So in other words, other kids his age may not want to play with him, or other teachers might think poorly of him, or when others see him swearing, they will not like that. Now, you could set this, I don't know what his rewards are. Like some kids are very interested in making other kids like them. Other kids don't really care about that. It depends on what's important to him. But there is a lesson that we do called Circle of Friends. And what you do is you basically will teach him that, it's okay if you swear in front of us. So it shows you levels of friendship, right? So it shows you family, like the smaller family unit, and then larger family, and then friends, and then acquaintances, and then so on and so forth. And you show him those concentric circles, and you give him a list of things that are okay to do or not to do for each group. So it might be okay for him to swear. It really depends on your rules, your family rules. If you think that it's okay for him to swear around you, then that'll be the only circle that it's allowed. Around other circles, it's not allowed. And this is kind of like you give him a list of other things that are allowed. But this is one of those situations where in order to teach him the discrimination, you have to reward or not reward a certain behavior, right? So if and the behavior you're trying to get rid of is swearing. So reward the absence of swearing. And what you will do that with time. So let's say right now, get a baseline and figure out how often he's swearing. Once every hour, once every 10 minutes, whatever it is, establish that on an average and start to reward longer and longer periods. Just tell him, if he's very high functioning, say, this is amazing. You haven't said a bad word in 10 minutes. I'm so proud of you. This is fantastic. If it's, give him rewards, give him a chart perhaps that shows him he'll get another reward in 10 minutes. Give him a timer on his phone. Whatever visual you need to use to help him understand that the longer he cannot swear, he will get a significant reward. And it's got to be something that's meaningful to him. And make that visual so he knows it's coming for sure. And then, as I said, if there are any environments where you allow it, then obviously there he can get away with it. But in other circumstances, He needs not to swear, and you're going to reward the absence of swearing.
Yeah, and of course, I have my 2 cents here, but my 2 cents is very dysfunctional, and I'm just going to throw that out there first because, other people have hobbies. I swear, I know that, like, I hope that you guys don't realize this watching the show because I can compartmentalize just exactly what Dr. Grandpichet was saying, that most of the time I'm capable of, inhibiting. I used to teach at BYU. I was a college professor at BYU. I was not a Mormon, but I was teaching there and had to sign a morals clause. I couldn't even swear in my regular life, and I'm capable of turning it on and off. But when I have my moment and I talk, I swear like a Russian sailor. And I enjoy it. It is pleasurable to say words that have percussive sounds. So, and most people, when they have children, you like to swear, you keep swearing, and then your child mimics you and you go, oh, I better stop that, right? Well, that wasn't the case with my child because my child stopped speaking. So, which made me mad, which made me swear all the more. So, and I wasn't inhibiting my response. And when we started ABA, my team had to come to me at one point and go, we have a little bit of a problem here. Because my child, he didn't have good enough diction so that people could understand what he was saying. But the more you were around him, the more they realized he is throwing some words down that are going to get him in trouble in school. That's fun. Yeah, well, the first full sentence he said had that on his own, completely unsolicited, had the F word in it. And I, of course, was like, woo, because I know for sure we didn't DTT that. That was, he picked that up, right? And I have a sense of humor about it. I have friends that are shocked because they have never seen me be in my swearing mode. But we put limits on it and said, we only swear when we're in the car and nobody else is there, or we swear when we are home and nobody else is there. But I got to tell you, my son is 17 years old. And I think, I hear him when he plays his video games with his friends, and it is a swear festival, and it is not just him. And I said to another parent, I'm so appalled and embarrassed. And that parent said, no, that's how they're working their yayas out. Our kids are not out, doing things that can get them arrested. On the spectrum of behaviors, they got to have some way of expressing themselves. We'll just keep shoring up. You only do it when you're with these friends. And he knows when I'm with this friend doesn't swear and his mom doesn't let him swear. So I don't swear. So I agree completely with Dr. Grandpichet, and now you can all judge me, but I do love to drop, I get compared to Beverly Goldberg all the time. Do you ever watch the Goldbergs, Dr. Grandpichet?
Yeah.
Yes. Every show, we laugh hysterically. Beverly Goldberg, they have to bleep her on the show, and they point at me and laugh. I know you all thought that I was such a good little nun, and now you know differently.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.